Welcome back to Sabina Park for Arnett Jamaica Premier League football in action. The semi-final, first leg, Arnett Gardens versus Cavalier. And we are just about at the point of kickoff. These two teams, they certainly have been battling it out all season. Cavalier got the better of them in the first meeting, 3-0. Arnett Gardens restored some pride with a 2-2 draw. Last season, Arnett Gardens, though, did the double over Cavalier the season before. Cavalier did the double over Arnett Gardens. It's really been a big battle between both of them, but perhaps not more important than the semi-final. The first leg, perhaps as important as the second leg, as they try to set the tone for the rest of the tie. The Arnett Gardens faithful are on hand. The players know what it means, and their coach, Xavier Gilbert, perhaps his first time at this level, but he's acquitted himself nicely so far. He'd love to put one up against Rudolph Speed, who has brought Cavalier to glory as far back as 2021, has faltered along the way, beaten finalists last year, and they are just about halfway there if they are to return to the final. It's all to play for. There's no room for error, no room for playing around, and we're expecting great football in action. Dean Smith on commentary, and Lejay Williams, the locksmith, the man with the keys to the game. He is the analyst with his keen eye. Lejay, big matchup, big moment. Your thoughts as we get ready for kickoff?
Yeah, this will be a big one. Arnett Gardens certainly rearing to go there. They will look the sharper team initially. I think Cavalier, they've been out of action for 3 weeks, but their coaching staff mentioned before the game that they've had a long season. Was in the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. They went pretty far in that, so also the CONCACAF Champions League as well. So this Cavalier team, they're a team of high quality, a team that has improved as the season has gone on as well. Ended up finishing in second place. But this Arnett Gardens team, they're young, they're hungry. They're led by a young and hungry coach as well. And I'm sure that they will have a lot to prove in this game.
Alexi Perry, the man with the whistle. Joshua Jackson, Kamar Gale, the assistant. Larissa Golson, the fourth official. The captains assembled. Gadil Irving, the youngster from Cavalier. Perhaps the elder statesman, Fabian Reed, for Arnett Gardens. What a player he's been. Late start to the season. He was away in India, and already he's gone 11 goals. Make that 12 goals. It's really been a fantastic output from Fabian Reed. The referees have their final confabulation, but we're ready now for the starting lineup for Arnett Gardens FC as they get their picture taken. Here's the starting lineup. Eric Edwards in goal. Shane Watson, Savannah Willis, Shanika Wizard, Philander Wing, the back four. Roshane Thompson, James Thomas, Marlon Martin, Jamon Shepherd, four in the middle. And up top, Fabian Reed and Kahim Dixon, their head coach, Xavier Gilbert. Cavalier, Jaden White with a resurgence in goal has been impressive this season. Giovanni Leng, Kyle Ming, Gedil Irving, and Richard King, the back four. Christopher Ainsworth, Ronaldo Barrett, Wayne Thompson, Shane Thomas, Samar Watson, Jerome Clear, Dalmara Calvin. They're coached by Rudolph Speed.
The second leg is slated for next Sunday. So we have 90 minutes of football here this afternoon.
Arnett Gardens versus Cavalier. Getting ready for kickoff. Of course, Cavalier perhaps in their full white with black numbering. Arnett Gardens black shorts with red and black top. Kickoff. We are ready for football. Richard King goes long, headed away. Booted forward that time by Kyle Ming. Wizard. Cavalier applying a high press early, trying to be very sharp. But Arnett now trying to break away through Jaheim Thomas. They call him National. Gets the foul.
Can expect a lot of variation in terms of the Cavalier defensive unit.
Thompson trying to poke that one forward for Reed. Comes away with Shepherd. Goes to goal. Jaden White equal to the task. He's alert.
Early save to be made by Jaden White.
Irving sends that one forward all the way to Eric Edwards.
That's going to be a feature of this Cavalier unit, starting to get the ball from back to front quickly. Also the pressing.
Dwayne Atkinson draws the foul. Alexi Terry indicates that he was brought down quite correctly. So Martin was under pressure from Dwayne Atkinson. They've been really sharp in the opening 2 minutes, Lejay, and not giving the Arnett Gardens defense any room, any breathing space. And that really has been good for Cavalier to this point. They have a very dangerous kick just in the D.
Yeah, a lot of accusations early on, whether or not, a lot of questions to be asked early or not, whether or not this Cavalier team would be sharp enough to start the game. There's always concerns about that, especially in the first 30 minutes or so, but this Cavalier team seems raring to go. Already a couple of high turnovers against Arnett Gardens, and that's always a dangerous proposition. And speaking of dangerous propositions, Dwayne Busy Atkinson over this free kick, one of the best dead ball specialists in this league. We'll see if he can live up to his reputation with this free kick.
Quite windy here at Sabina Park. Will he work with the wind? Dwayne Atkinson returned this season on January 7th, and he scored early in the game against Arnett. Scored in the second leg of Atkinson over the top. Has an habit of scoring against Arnett Gardens this season. Perhaps he'll want to fine-tune those kind of kicks.
The early sighter for Dwayne Atkinson. Tried to get it up and over the wall. Got it up. Didn't have the dip. And the Gardens need to work out these kings pretty early. Here goes Wing, who was so phenomenal in that second leg. One man of the match as well. Xavier Gilbert, a lot of alterations to how this Arnett Gardens team has been playing. Fixed a few things against Portmore United, and those adjustments I think really led to them getting the victory in the end. Jamon Shepherd, a big key to what they fixed. A lot of central players on the pitch doing just this. Combinations early, well stuffed out by Allen.
Sent forward now. Cavalier trying to counter. Poked all the way back to Eric Edwards by Shivani Willis. Perhaps he'll love a shot at goal from a free kick. Shivani Willis had a rasping one against Portmore. Rule of Speed, technical director of Cavalier. Keen eye for football. What is he thinking? Here's Arnett Gardens. Watson almost gave it away there. The press of Cavalier has really been sharp and alert, not giving them the kind of room that I'm sure they would have liked.
Certainly not giving them the type of room that they got against Portmore. Not a high pressing team by any stretch of the imagination, but Cavalier certainly with their four attackers, I think, putting this Arnett Gardens team matching up pretty well and putting them under a lot of pressure. They do defend pretty deep, Cavalier, but they always leave their attackers up to be nuisances.
Can work in the favor of Arnett Gardens in the quarterfinal match of the certainly had numerical dominance in the middle of the park with the box midfield, and also allowed space for Philando Wing to push forward and cause a lot of danger, especially in the first leg of the quarter-final against Portmore. Had a lot of space on the wide areas, and Wing did deliver to Fabian Reid, who a score there. So pushing forward for Cavalier might open up a lot of space for Arnett to dominate the middle of the park and have a lot of space to dictate it from there. Let's see how it goes though. Kahim Dixon. Here's Atkinson going the other way. Has Calvin, goes inside, goes for the shot. Smashed against the advertiser's board.
Already seeing the danger of Dwayne Atkinson on the break. Spoke before the game about Arnett Gardens needing to manage the transitions, and a key part in that is not giving this man that much space. I think Cavalier have reverted a bit to a system that they look much more comfortable in prior seasons. So often in the regular season them switch to a 4-3-3. I think we're seeing more of a reversion to the 3-5-2, which has served them so well throughout the years.
Atkinson again. Atkinson. Has been busy. Here's Atkinson once more. Lays it for Calvin. Calvin across. Header from JPL Irving. Can't go on target. Unselfish play from Calvin, but I would have definitely gone for goal, even from that acute angle.
And especially seeing the form that he has been in. 11 goals in the regular season, John Mario Calvin. Doing Atkinson timed the pass well, but just fired that one across too heavily. But I still agree with you, Dean. I think he could have gotten a shot off. But Cavalier, yet again, another turnover. Their press has been pretty effective to start this game. Arnett Gardens not quick enough in their passing and their actions. They need to work on that.
Wizard. Irving to Atkinson, has space. Ainsworth sent in the area. Edwards came and claimed well. Releasing Shepherd under pressure early from Cadet, got the fall. Ball given away. Here's JPL Irving. Terrell McCleary sends it across. Calvin couldn't get the proper contact to it. Early pressure from Cavalier, Jay.
Yeah, they've been fantastic to start this game. Turning the ball over high yet again. It was a good cross in. Calvin trying to just guide that one in with his left boot, trying to open his boot up. It wasn't accurate enough. Didn't get the contact he needed. But in the opening 10.5 minutes or thereabout, this Cavalier team has most certainly been the dominant unit. And they're stuck on their heels a bit.
Now we see Eric Edwards deciding to go long to put pressure away from his defensive third. Martin on the ball, goes the way of Shepherd, sent further wide to Wing. Wing.
Not what was required from Philando Wing. And also not what we've grown accustomed to seeing. And James Thomas takes down Ainsworth.
Shepherd to the captain, Reed. Here's Thompson now. Watson finds Martin. Now to Wizard. Ball given away again. Good work from Atkinson. Can't get by Shepherd though. Lang sends it forward for McCleary. Eric Edwards first to it. Dangerous for Arnett Gardens. They managed to be the first line of press on that occasion. Here's Shepherd. They just don't seem as settled as Cavalier.
Yeah, the early pressure has unsettled them. Yet to see Kaheem Dixon or Fabian Reed, as a matter of fact, really get into this game.
Shane Watson has for company Calvin. Here they come again. Calvin can't keep it in. Well, any questions we had about the possible bad effect of not playing for perhaps close to a month, those expectations unfounded. Cavalier being very lively. Here's Atkinson, good turn from him. Another one. It does manage to go to Irving. Back to Atkinson. Calvin, Atkinson! Oh, turning on the Styles. Can't get the shot between the frame though, but Cavalier showing great quality in the first quarter of an hour.
Another silky move orchestrated by Dwayne Atkinson. Got the shot off, but not accurate enough. But he's getting closer. I think Arnett need to nip that in the bud.
He has way too much space for a player of his quality. Dixon. Here's Shepherd. Marlon Martin goes forward. Irving snuffed that one out. Wizard on the ball now for Arnett Gardens. Gets it to Jaheim Thomas. Thomas has space. Martin. Rashane Thompson didn't have the perfect touch on that occasion. Cavalier now trying to break through Irving. Sent forward to Atkinson. Still navigating Atkinson.
He's really had a sparkling start to the game, doing Atkinson. Just that final action has deserted him so far.
I reckon he'll get it right. Shepherd. Here's Rashane Thompson. Leng goes forward. Calvin wins the throw in there. Dalmaro Calvin. Antigua National. Eric Edwards needing some attention.
Yeah, I think this one is just a timeout, a well-needed timeout for Arnett Gardens to get some tactical instructions.
I reckon that I'd perhaps alter the shape of the team just a bit. It's definitely obvious that they're using 4 in the middle as listed, not just nominally. But I think a width would do them well, Leger, to kind of unsettle how freely Cavalier have been able just to play from the wings, especially Leng coming forward, Gadil Irving. So having a wide player would push them back a bit and give less options for Cavalier in their transition.
Yeah, for reasons that you just explained, I do think that having width would push back those wing backs. Cavalier having reverted more to a back 5 system, pushing back their wing backs would be the way to go, giving them something extra to think about. In addition to that, I think just stretching the pitch, allowing themselves to play through more lanes of attack would definitely give them some sort of an advantage, because playing through the center hasn't quite been the solution so far.
Well, your badges are on the way, Leger. Let's see if they'll listen to you. Jaden White caught that one well. Richard King now going the other way. Brought down by Jamoon Shepherd. Certainly been an exciting first 90 minutes of this encounter. King distributes well. McCleary got the headed to it, but still in the air. Here's Calvin. Watson has to boot it out.
Too quick for referee Alexi Perry's liking there. Arnett Gardens obviously looking to get a move on, trying to match the intensity, as they rightfully should, of this Cavalier unit.
Wing. Here's Martin to Shepherd. Couldn't keep it at his feet. They go the other way now. Eric Edwards early to that one. Here's Ainsworth. Turning Dixon inside out. Manages to release it. But Arnett still with possession.
I think if Arnett Gardens are going to persist with this approach of playing through the center of the pitch, they'll need more movement between the lines. Something that I don't think they've been getting so far in this game. Something that they haven't been getting close to either is Dwayne Atkinson. Well, they got close to him there, but in an illegal manner. Marlon Martin, the guilty party. Lexi Perry laying down the law.
Shivani Willis had a mouthful on that occasion. Richard King, as expected, off screen, going forward, perhaps would love to be in the conversation for this one. Perhaps not. Delivered. Read on the ball now for Arnett Gardens. James Thomas gave it away. Ball sent forward. Atkinson in chase. Eric Edwards alert. Ball given away again. Here's Ainsworth for Cavalier. Calvin. Back to Ainsworth. Slick play from Cavalier. Ainsworth, can he get it across? Has Thompson for company. Good work from Martin there.
Cadet with a tough challenge coming in, and Arnett Gardens get a reprieve. Did step on the ball. It actually might have been Martin who fouled Cadet. But it's a reprieve nonetheless. A reprieve that Arnett Gardens haven't taken well, giving the ball away yet again. Cavalier just seem first to every second ball, and winning duels is such an important aspect of football.
Here's Reed. Wizard. Good movement from Arnett. Couldn't get the final turn there. Wing. Thompson. Pass was battered. Wing left in waiting, but still with Arnett Gardens through Martin. Thomas to Dixon. Reed. There was an offside.
But that's more like it from Arnett Gardens. Sustaining pressure, winning the second ball, and some good play through the spine of that Cavalier defense. Good one-touch football. But just offside in the end. More of that, please, will be the words of Xavier Gilbert.
Push there from Willis on Calvin. I'm not sure why he thought that would not have been called, or he would not have been carded for that. Confirmation of the yellow card there to Shivani Willis. Calvin did fall a bit dramatically too, though.
There's Shea Smith warming up and getting a talking to from his coach Xavier Gilbert. Shea Smith assisted the winner in the second leg of the quarterfinals. A natural winger who does have a goal-scoring touch. Could his introduction bring some change for Arnett in this game? But before they think about that, they'll have to defend this free kick.
Atkinson goes to the back post. Edwards had to be alert to that one.
It was a faint touch. I don't think the touch was enough, but luckily for him, it evaded. It looks as if Giovanni Leng at the back post. Dale Irving will be the one to swing this one in.
Irving with the delivery. Flicked on. Safely held by Eric Edwards in goal for Arnett Gardens. Cleary on that occasion at the flick on header. Glancing header.
And wow, 27 minutes into the piece and we're seeing a substitution. We said that maybe Cavalier was getting into the heads of Arnett Gardens, and maybe Arnett Gardens needed a switch. Maybe they needed some width, and it will be Shea Smith being introduced at the expense of Rashane Thompson. I don't think he's been any worse than any of the other players out there for Arnett Gardens, but Coach Xavier Gilbert clearly wanted to shake up things, and he's done that by introducing Shea Smith into the piece. Let's see what sort of impact that change will have. It looks as if Cavalier, they want to talk things over after that change coincidentally.
Jadine White, the goalkeeper for Cavalier, being treated. Arnett Gardens having their time of tuition as well. Fabian Reed doing the honors on the pitch. Throw and check it. Calvin. Batted off by Marlon Martin. Here's Shea Smith. His first touch on the ball now. Streams forward. Still Smith. Arnett still in possession. Shepherd! A bit over ambitious.
Not his strong suit. Shots from range.
Download the Sportsback app today, get it on Google Play or the App Store, and watch more JPL action in the island of Jamaica. So much more sporting offers, such as UEFA Champions League, Europa League, and the big one in the summer, the Olympic Games in Paris. Willis. Wing. Jackson releases Smith. Can he whip it in? Or will he use guile? Still Smith goes back to James Thomas. Gets it across to Shepherd. Shepherd can't get the ball to Fabian Reed and Cavalier clear. Or almost. Ainsworth gets it to Calvin. Calvin trying to slip it to Atkinson. Atkinson with skill. Couldn't finish though. Eric Edwards was alert.
And he had to be. Made himself big immediately. Corner taking quickly. It's Atkinson again.
What must he do to score? What must he do?
He's coming closer and closer and closer. And he has been the main protagonist in this first half. And first it was Eric Edwards keeping him out. Excellent skill to evade Shavani Willis. A great goalkeeping by Eric Edwards. James Thomas giving this one away. Tried to wrap it, tried to curl it. Not enough.
"33rd minute. Kyle Ming in spot of bother there. Shepherd. Wizard. Sent forward but headed away by King. Martin. Here's Shepherd. King was alert as well. Bit of mediation between King and Shepherd by referee Perry. Gave that one away, really. Can Arnett make them pay? Shepherd on the ball. Shepherd!
He's getting closer now, Shepherd. Not quite known for his long-range striking. The second sighter of his. He had J.D. White stretching.
Of spectator support on hand, and there's a electricity in the atmosphere. It's really charged. Who will plug in first? Calvin on the ball for Cavalier. Was going for goal there, but Allen now retrieves. Irving with a chip. Can Ainsworth keep it in? He can't.
One thing's for certain, this game hasn't been bereft of chances. It's been an exciting watch, but somehow 0-0. A goal before halftime would certainly change things.
Irving sent forward, trying to find Calvin, but snuffed out by the defense, and that shot speculative from McCleary over the top. Martin, quick to Reed. Allen sent forward to Calvin. Calvin in the area now. Gets it across. The first touch from Allen. Wasn't good enough. Couldn't get the finish off either. Shepherd now for Arnett. Shepherd. Thomas. Wing. End-to-end stuff now as Irving streams forward. Irving to McCleary. McCleary! Blocked by Willis.
He's trying to put that one across. Late run coming in by Atkinson. Willis has had to do a lot of defending in this first half, but so far Arnett have stood firm.
Irving with the delivery from the corner kick. Sent in the area, headed away. Still Irving. Dixon on the ball. Good first touch. Doing well. Dixon turning on the styles. To great applause. Thomas to Smith. To Reed. To Thomas. Oh! Cheeky as you like it. They call him national. They call him national for reasons like that. As cheeky as you like. The build-up was fantastic. The hold of play from Reed. The presence of mind to lay it on a platter. And oh my, Arnett Gardens, after all the pressure, they have in a way deflated the bubble of Cavalier. Lijay Williams, your thoughts on that goal?
It's definitely against the run of play. But Arnett Gardens, their changes have come to fruition. Shea Smith involved, Jaheim Thomas, excellent work, but it's almost as if Jaden White has had so little to do. He's been lulled to sleep. And it's a small touch. A touch many may have seen as insignificant when it was first taken. Has made a significant impact. Not only for Arnett Gardens, but maybe for that fan's life as well. And Arnett Gardens have taken the 1-0 lead in this semi-final first leg.
It's Arnett Gardens 1, Cavalier.
How will Cavalier respond against the run of play? And it seems as if it's a law in football that when you waste so many opportunities, you pay the price for it.
Especially at this high level in the country.
You did mention in the keys to the game, Lejay, I must remind you, just in case you forgot, taking your chances is a key for Cavalier. They haven't done so all afternoon.
How could I forget, Dean? But it was integral for a reason. Cavalier have been susceptible to not taking their chances this season. And at some points it has worked out for them because of their excellent quality. They have been able to create chance after chance. But at this level, as I mentioned, you have to take your chances when they come, because things like that can happen. It was a precise strike, but I definitely feel that Jaden White felt that he should have done better with that one. And although it was against the run of play, Arnett Gardens have grown into the game. And having that outlet on that left-hand side as opposed to all of their central players, I think has really improved them, stretched the pitch as I mentioned previously.
Ainsworth with the delivery. Kyle Bing to mop it up now. What will he deliver? Caddy Irving sends it forward. Header on! Parity restored. Jalmaro Calvin. Inevitable. In front of goal. In the goal's ubiquitous. That kid is special. And just as you expected, Cavalier finally with a goal. Oh, this one is hot, Lejay Williams. I love it, I love it, I love it.
What a delivery that was. And it's almost as if that goal that Arnett Gardens scored served as a bit of an alarm clock for Cavalier, because it was definitely a wake-up call. And Jalmaro Calvin has answered that call, sneaking in at the back post. It was an accurate header, finally an accurate shot from Cavalier. And it's no less than they have deserved. It's 1-1, and this game has suddenly turned up a notch. Nothing less than what we deserve.
Here's Reed. Smith. You're in the 45th minute. Here's Thomas on the ball. Wing with the delivery. Held it safely by White. He sends it forward. Ainsworth. For Atkinson. Couldn't get the crucial touch to send it across. Only 2 minutes added to the first half for stoppages.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated 2 minutes of time to be added.
Thomas gets it through to Dixon. The flag is up.
touch too long to get that one off. It's a good disguise pass, but Jaheim Dixon well offside.
Ainsworth on the ball for Cavalier. Wizard doing well to stay with him. Shepherd helping out in defense. Irving recovers for Cavalier. Dixon. That's a half, says Alex Perry. What a half it has been. First leg semi-final action in the rainy Jamaica Premier League. Arnett Gardens and Cavalier. It really has delivered well, especially for the neutrals. Atkinson had so many sighters early in the game, but it was Calvin who brought Cavalier level after a cheeky goal from Jaheim Thomas, national they call him, from Arnett Gardens, that brought them in the lead, perhaps against the run of play. It's really been exciting stuff, end-to-end action. Arnett Gardens and Cavalier, they have really shown up to the party, and they are well dressed as well. They retreat to the lockers, but there's so much more to unlock as we continue to follow the action. Confirmation of the halftime score. Arnett Gardens 1, Cavalier 1. Ray Nephi, Jamaica Premier League semi-final action. Welcome back to Sabina Park. Semi-final first leg action between Arnett Gardens and Cavalier. 1-1 they score after the first half. Exciting first half, and we expect so much more in the second half. The PFJL, they've released the team of the quarterfinals, and here is the lineup. Kemar Foster in goal, a back four of Shane Watson, Christopher Matthews, Shivani Willis, and Jaheim Brown. Your thoughts on the back four, Lejay?
Yeah, it's generally it's pretty hard to pick a team of the quarterfinals based on 2 games. They did the best that they could, but I don't have much argument with any of the names here. I think Shane Watson coming back into the team has made a big impact for Arnett Gardens. Shivani Willis speaks for himself. Jaheim Brown was excellent, I think, over both of the legs. Christopher Matthews always solid also, so I think that's a solid back four. Kemar Foster was my pick for man of the match in the second leg of his tie, so I think he was phenomenal as well.
Marlon Martin, Shea Smith, Denardo Thomas, and Andre Fletcher in the 4-man midfield.
Yeah, Marlon Martin solid over both games. Denardo Thomas much better in the second of his 2 games. Andre Fletcher only played in the second game. Shea Smith, I think he's really in there for his involvement in the goal or involvement in the game in the second leg. But I think to how good he was, I think he definitely warrants it. He was a good pick in my opinion.
And you can't argue, certainly, against the top 2, Fabian Reed and Javine Bryan. 2 goals in their quarterfinal matchups.
Yeah, Javine Bryan scoring in both, Fabian Reed scoring in both. These are the bagsmen left in the competition. They'll definitely be looking out to do more damage as the game goes on. Fabian Reed, he hasn't made an impact in this game as yet for Arnett Gardens. Javine Bryan, he'll be looking to make an impact in his game against Mount Pleasant, the second of the doubleheader.
That's Fabian Reed. did manage to lay it off for Jaheim Thomas. And I'm still at the loss for words, really, for that finish from Jaheim Thomas. And yeah, that's how football is at times. Not always the power plays that get the business done. Sometimes the cheeky dinks enough to breach even the best of goalkeepers. Electric atmosphere. Both teams have plugged in. Who will trip the breaker?
Yeah, I think both teams showed some attacking intent. Cavalier obviously the dominating force for majority of that first half. And the Gardens grew into the game, they got the lead. And I think they'll be pretty disappointed having got that lead to allow Cavalier to get back into the game so quickly after being quite fortunate, I think, to have the lead in the first place. But Shea Smith, as you saw in there in shot, Dwayne Atkinson, definitely, for my money, the best player in the park in the first half. I think he needs a goal to really seal his performance. Shea Smith, who came on, immediate impact for Arnett Gardens yet again. He'll have 45 more minutes to prove his worth. Let's see what he can deliver. Really having a super sub-billing to him now, Shea Smith.
Getting ready for kickoff for the second half. Alexi Perry, the man with the whistle. Did have a lot of running to do. It was really end-to-end action. Shadika Wizard on the ball for Arnett Gardens as the lights come on inside Sabina Park. Ball forward for Shea Smith.
Did well right away to win a corner for his team. It's going to be Jamon Shepherd to strut across to whip this one in.
Shepherd with the delivery. Fabian Reed couldn't control as he'd like. Here's Thomas.
Whistle was blown before the shot could come in.
Did seem to be a handled ball from Fabian Reed in his attempted control. Certainly not the same high-octane start as we saw in the first half. Perhaps I'm just a bit too greedy for that kind of intensity. The turn from wing to evade the attacker from Cavalier. Sends forward to Dixon. Cadet stood firm. Here's McCleary. Willis able to poke it away. Shea Smith now releasing Fabian Reed.
Pulled up there, Fabian Reed. Seems to be in quite some discomfort as well. Did end the regular season with some injury issues. And judging by his reaction here, I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure if he'll be able to continue, you know.
Let's see. Xavier Gilbert having a quick word with his assistants. Stretcher being summoned as well.
Might be his hamstring gone, you know. What a blow that would be for Arnett Gardens. If there's any player that they wouldn't want to lose, most certainly would be Fabian Reed, their captain, their leader, their leading goal scorer. Superlatives don't do most of what this man provides for Arnett Gardens any justice. But it looks as if that will be his last involvement in this game.
Seems to be in tears. Kimani Arboyne sent to get warm. They have Warner Brown on the bench as well. Rashiki Kelson. No offense to any of those players, but certainly not of the ilk of a Fabian Reed, but who knows? He's trying to get up. Hovland just off screen at the moment. Let's see what happens. It will be a tough blow for Arnett for sure.
We have seen the substitution is going to be Warner Brown. A like-for-like change coming in for Fabian Reed, and that's a big blow for Arnett Gardens. Wow.
Wow. Arnett Gardens with Shea Smith. How do they regroup? How do they keep composure? Shepherd. Wizard. Shepherd on the ball now. Ball poked forward but played out by Cavalier. Given right back to Shivani Willis. Marlon Martin. Watson all the way back to Wizard. Patient is on it. Here Shepherd now. Giving away, the entire bench got up. Here's Shane Watson.
Big shoes to fill for Warner Brown up top. Of course, a player that was very prolific at the high school level. But at the very least, so far this season has been far from. Only one goal to his name so far this season. Shea Smith late there on Kyle Ming.
Free kick for Cavalier. King goes long. Calvin all the way to Irving.
Talk about miscuing across. But he gets it back now. Well defended by Thomas, the goal scorer.
Irving with the throw into the area. McCleary trying to get on to the end of it, but Arnett able to play out. Here's Dixon, chipping it forward for Warner Brown.
Big shoes to fill for Warner Brown. First thing I think he'll have to do is really apply himself up front. Try and offer some of the things apart from scoring. If that's going to be a foul, no. Alexa Perry says no, and it's Calvin at the races now. And he's upended no.
Shepard sends it forward. Warner Brown to Thomas. Couldn't get it together. The Arnett supporters loud and vociferous here. Here's Thomas, couldn't keep it in.
He didn't have enough pace to keep that one in. Jaime Thomas, but good intention. I like the tactical variation that Arnett offers from time to time throughout the game. Yes, they're playing in a narrow formation, but so often, as we see, a obviously devastated Fabian Reed having to be substituted off. The Arnett Guardians captain Marlon Martin has assumed the armband. But yeah, when it comes down to Arnett Guardians, yes, they're playing in a narrow shape with a lot of players funneling into the middle of the pitch, but ever so often, especially since the introduction of Shea Smith, as Calvin gets there first, can he keep it in? Well done in then by Shane Watson. Ever so often we see a Shea Smith breaking out wide, Jaime Thomas breaking out wide on the right. So it's not only the fullback supplementing that width. I think it's down to the players' intelligence to know when to occupy certain spaces. Going to be a throw-in for Cavalier to be taken by Gadale Irving, their right wing back, as they summon a few players to warm up.
Sent in the area, Eric Edwards, able to hold on to it. Warner Brown can't get beyond King, or can he? King wins that battle. That iteration, I'm sure there'll be much more. Good movement from Ainsworth. Can he get it across? He did get it across.
Far too across. Even went over the advertising boards. But something.
Former Minister of Finance, Lamar Davies, and the president of the JFF, Michael Ricketts, among the spectators here.
Good intent. And again, starting this second half much better than they started the first.
Here's Cavalier through Ainsworth, racing away. Christopher Ainsworth, can he get it across? No, he can't.
Good recovery from Philando Wing. But something minor that I've picked up on in these first 12 minutes of the second half, Dean, a number of the Cavalier players have changed their boots. And judging by the fact that the surface is used for cricket, and we saw, for example, Jerome Wade complain about his players not having pegs in both of the legs of their quarterfinal against Waterhouse. Jaime Thomas got a blow to the mouth. But a lot of the Cavalier players changing their boots could indicate that maybe they weren't feeling the best in terms of their footing in that first half. It's also pretty good that they have that option to have multiple pairs, as well as Dwayne Atkinson tries to skip away. He's another player that has changed his boots around. It's an interesting contrast as well because none of the Arnett Gardens players have done that. So maybe something picked up on the savant that is Rudolph's speed. Or maybe the players just wanted new boots, who knows?
Either one could work, I tell you that. Here's Dixon. Thomas.
Wanted too much there, Thomas. Cavalier go again. Atkinson.
The Wizard almost got him in his wake, but good recovery from Willis. Jaheim Thomas still reeling, able to get up finally.
Arnett come again and quickly.
Here's Dixon. Has Shepherd, goes to Shepherd. Shepherd gets the return ball, gets the shot off.
Certainly getting the crowd engaged. Arnett Gardens a heavy contingent of Arnett Gardens support.
I wonder if anyone is left in Arnett Gardens proper. The entire community travels with them, especially at this level. Here is Dixon. Gets it to Smith.
Too much. Just too much.
Another look at it. Really well played from Dixon, but Smith had an option in the form of Warner Brown.
Jaden White needing some assistance yet again.
Or does he?
Yeah, another coincidental one.
Please do not run. Please pass it away. Thank you. We're also reminded not to enter the field of play at any time. Those of you in possession of
Quite a number of Cavalier players needing some assistance.
refrain from having those inside the stands.
Download the Sportsman app today, get on the Google Play or the Apple App Store, and continue to watch all the action in the Renfe Jamaica Premier League and so many other sporting events and disciplines available on the Sportsmax app. Just over the hour mark. Arnett Gardens having a lot of possession. Here they come again. Good take from Smith. Couldn't get the finish.
Not quite sure what referee Alexi Perry has called here. But Shea Smith definitely got there first. And that call seemingly has piqued interest.
Here's another look at it. Did have a good first touch. Got first. Was taken out by Jaden White. Here's a look at it. Not sure what the call is. Jaden White still reeling from all of that as well. Shea Smith still needing medical help.
Cavalier looking to get this one started quickly, to no avail.
Here's Willis on the ball, given away. Here's Atkinson, spreads it to Calvin. Calvin, and the shot came from unable to get that shot off properly in the end. Here's Dixon going the other way. Shea Smith. Good work from Smith. Referee says continue play. Here's Ming going the other way.
Good starting position from Eric Edwards as two Cavalier players. Attackers have hit the deck. Arnett Gardens playing on still. I think the play will stop now. But you know, it was interesting, Dean. A point was made before the game, and we're saying that maybe the pace of the game and the impetus of the Cavalier players would be wanting at the start of the game. It seems as if they've started the game quickly, but now as the time has gone on and they've decided to play at a higher tempo, their players are feeling it much more now. Yeah, and you know, as we're feeling about the tempo, I know someone who has a good feel of tempo, and that's Janae. Let's see what she has to say.
Yes, Leger, that man is Jail Hyde. Jail, a lot of exciting things in store for you this year, and you're at one exciting event, the Jamaica Premier League. How are you enjoying it so far?
I'm good. I came down today, and you know, I told my father that we have to come to the game, so it's good to be here. A lot of people here. I love the support that local football is getting. So I'm a past player myself, so it's very good to see where the football is trending.
Well, you've represented Jamaica on all levels. You've done it in football, you've done it in track and field. Do you miss football in any sort of way?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Even just sitting now watching this, you know, I just reminiscing. But, you know, such is life. You don't know what the future holds. So you might see me back out there, don't know. But, you know, for now, I'm just taking it in.
Well, Jail, a lot of things have been happening in your life. You are now a father. You have been you've entered fatherhood. How have you been enjoying it so far?
I mean, it's good. We have a pretty easy child. You know, it's a lot. You know, she's 100% motivation. So, you know, I'm grateful for that. Grateful for her, and just, you know, just enjoying life and living life to the fullest.
Well, we are watching Jamaica Premier League. Jail, you see Cavalier, you see Arnett. Do you have a scoreline, and which team are you supporting tonight?
Don't have a scoreline, don't have a team, but, you know, of course, I have to support my father player, which is Kaim. So, you know, I'm here to watch a game, but he's mostly who I'm, you know, rooting for.
Well, you've heard it from him, Jail Hyde. Back to you, Dean and Leger. Let's watch some football.
Kaim Dixon has had a good game so far. Would love to be in on the goals. Shea Smith dropped down in a dangerous area, and the yellow card will go as well. Shea Smith has been causing all sorts of problems for the Cavalier back line. And beyond the back line, even the goalkeeper felt his impact as well earlier. Just about 6 minutes before this, Kyle Ming shown the yellow card. Interesting to see who will take it. Shivani Willis is in the wings. What a flick it was. Really using his guile there, Shea Smith. Dixon is there. Willis is there as well behind it. And the chance, goal, 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 bellowing inside Sabina Park. It's electric here. It really is electric here. Can Shea Smith plug in? Can Dixon plug in? The whistle sent. Willis steps up, straight to the wall.
Holding his head, Shivani Willis. He knows he can do better. Certainly had the power that he wanted. And feeling the effects of it after. Arnett Gardens certainly have seen the better second half team throughout these playoffs, throughout the season really. Nothing has changed. 23 minutes into this second half, and they have definitely looked like the superior team. At the point I was making about Cavalier's fitness and their sharpness coming into this game, I think it's telling at this point.
Yes, it is.
Certainly don't look as sharp and as ready.
Smith turns. Can he shoot? Still Smith. Goes around. Gets it in the area. Martin.
That's not what he wanted. Jaheim Thomas a little bit frustrated, wanted the play to continue. Marlon Martin saw glory. Arnett Gardens all over this unit, even with the absence of Fabian Reed. It seems as if we're going to see a couple of Cavalier changes. One of them might be a bit surprising. It's going to be Vina Bartlett coming in for J. Dean White. So it seems as if those injuries that, I'm not going to say I was mocking, I'm going to say you were mocking, Dean, were pretty legit. Adrian Reed also being prepared.
Here's McCleary trying to get around Shane Watson. Watson did well. Goes back to Edwards. Edwards gives it away. It's still alive. McCleary was offside.
Not the best decision making there from Cavalier, even after winning back the ball. There is Vina Bartlett.
Here's Wick. Gave it away. Irving to Allen. To McCleary. Cut out well by Watson, but still it comes to Irving. Can't get it across. Intercepted by Watson. It's a corner kick for Cavalier.
I think we're going to see those changes now. There is Adrian Reed. But most notably, most surprisingly, J. Dean White will be making his exit. Vina Bartlett coming in the St. Lucia number 1. Adrian Reed will also be making his entrance. He'll be coming in for Cadet. Adrian Reed, of course, no stranger to these environs. Attends high school a stone's throw from Sabina Park, of course. He was the Manning Cup captain for St. George's College. He'll be looking to slot right into the center of the park for Cavalier. Add some solidity. Surprised we didn't see an attacking change for Cavalier though. They have options on their bench and their attackers have looked out of it in the second half.
Yeah, the legs definitely going. More and more we see Arnett with space in the defensive third for Cavalier. They've been really nipping at them. Here's Atkinson though. Trying to string that one through to McCleary. Broken up by Arnett. Shepard. Out wide to Wizard. Ball sent forward. Flat stays down. McCleary gets it across. Crucial header. Two of them.
Had to be dealt with. It was a combination of Arnett Gardens back to Shane Watson, Shavani Willis. There again. Christopher Ainsworth needing some attention now. Another example of exhaustion setting in. disappointed J.D. White on the Cavalier bench now. Here's Hitler's real involvement.
Here are the goals. First one.
About this one. Maybe not quite as nimble as he usually has been throughout this season. Clearly struggling with some sort of injury. But also looks a bit despondent to being subbed off.
Yeah.
A lot of cramp setting in for these Cavalier players now. Ainsworth, the stretcher is called for.
Lenny Hyde among the spectators here. Of course, his son here with him, Jaheel Hyde. What a family of sport that is. More changes being made by Arnett Gardens. Kimani Arboin and Rashika Kelson getting ready to enter.
Also going to see Shanil Thomas shortly for Cavalier. Looks as if he'll be making his way on for Christopher Ainsworth.
Yellow card will be shown to Gadil Irving for that off-the-ball incident. Good restraint demonstrated by Jaheim Thomas. Saw him about to retaliate, but held back. The red creature at the fort didn't win on that occasion.
Substitution for the Cubs, outcomes number 24.
Kyle Dixon exits.
Number 12,
Kimani Arboin comes on for him.
also coming out for the Cubs, number 18, Jackie Thomas.
More natural width being favored for Arnett Gardens. Goal scorer Jaheim Thomas out of the game now. So now Shea Smith, Kelson and Arboin on. I think we're going to see Kelson more in a central role. Now what we've seen him lately, certainly capable as well.
He's replaced by number 17,
Shanil Thomas coming on for Christopher Ainsworth also.
In the 77th minute.
There's confirmation.
Martin on the ball. Back to Watson. Shepherd.
Ladies and gentlemen, there was a 76-minute caution issued to Cavaliers number 20, Cavalier Irving.
King to Irving.
He's gone over to that left-hand side. Irving gets it now.
Sent directly to Eric Edwards. Willis trying to connect with wing. Shea Smith doing good work. Brought down once more. Dwayne Allen, the guilty party on that occasion. Shown the yellow card now, Dwayne Allen, for that challenge on Shea Smith. What's in your cup, Lidge?
Just some refreshments.
I'm sure. Highly spirited, I'm sure.
Not on the job.
Shivani Willis. We have seen him from this range. Can he be the hero for Arnett Gardens in the first leg of the semi-final? Willis. Not to be on that occasion. Ten minutes in regulation time left.
18-minute pause. Mission to Cavalier's number 13, Dwayne Allen.
Kyle Dixon. Replaced by Kimani Arboin. Your play resumes. Ling manages to get it to Thomas. Can't keep it. Ball sent forward. Can Warner bound spark. Has Kyle Mink for company. Lays it for Smith. Pass wasn't clean enough. And now Adrian Reed Jr. able to help in the mop-up job. Plays it forward. Thomas sent wide to Atkinson. Atkinson streaking forward. Lays up Allen. Can there be a winner in this leg? Arboin going forward. Has Smith and Brown. Arboin. Can he get it by? Did manage to get the shot off, but took a deflection.
Bit surprised that Arnett haven't tried their darndest to really test Vina Bartlett, who was subbed in around 12 minutes or so. Maybe this Kelson corner kick will do just that.
Kelson headed away by McCleary. Ali trying to get it around Marlon Martin, but only gets a throw in. Kept in by Shepard. Here's Arboin. Irving with the delivery. Will it be a stalemate? Can we find a winner? Here's Shea Smith! Not yet.
How much closer can you get?
Warner Brown. Can Kelson deliver?
Get another chance with this corner, but what a chance that was for Shea Smith. Hit it well. Took it well. It was a good save in the end. Vina Bartlett, I said to test him to see if he's sharp, and he was equal to that task. It swung
Here it
in.
is. Oh my, how did he miss that? How did Shea Smith miss that? Hang your head, lift it up now. He must recover. My.
Has to do better there, Shea Smith. Great ball in.
Bartlett was stuck.
Has to at least hit the target there. Wrong technique, I think.
That too.
Ended up slicing it as Dwayne Atkinson has made his exit as well for Cavalier. As Bartlett gets some attention. Clearly a very frustrated Dwayne Atkinson. Shaquille Steen has made his entrance. 4 goals in the regular season. Scored in the last 3 games of the regular season as well.
86 minutes substitution for the Cavalier team. Out from number 10, Dwayne.
That's Shaquille Steen.
Replaced by number 33, Shaquille Steen.
87 minutes of play. What can we have? Should expect perhaps about 4 to 5 minutes of stoppages. That's just my own estimation. Here's Thomas coming forward.
That's a cross flashed across the face of the goal. No one there to get any pivotal contact.
Leng did well to evade danger.
That has to be a yellow card now.
Shea Smith had the most glorious opportunity 2 minutes ago after a good shot was saved by Bartlett. Will Chanel Thomas cause him to feel all the worse for it? Well, perhaps not. Here's Smith once more. Kimani Arboin was there, calling for it. Shepherd!
I think that was one of the times where you shouldn't listen to the crowd. Options were there. Decided to take it on Jamon Shepherd.
Still Arnett guards in possession. They've dominated that particular stat in the second half. Here's Shepherd. Wizard now. Sent forward. Bit too forward.
Yeah, too heavy that cross from Shadiko Wizard. Was once again applied himself really well.
Here's a Sportsman's App moment brought to you by the Sportsman's App. Shea Smith. But the save from Vina Bartlett. The entire passage of play. Yeah, the Sportsman's App moment. What a glorious shot it was. And what an equally brilliant save. Just enough from the fingertip of Bartlett, the substitute goalkeeper. to deny Shea Smith. The Sportsmax app moment brought to you by the Sportsmax app.
Needed to be done as well. Marlon Martin strutting forward.
Wing. Chip forward for Smith. Gets the throw in. Arboy. Good skill from Arboy. Wing. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. We're at the 90 now. Can we find a winner in added time? Arboy taking his time forward. Here's Thomas.
Indicated minimum 4 minutes to be added to the second half. Jamaica 1, Cavalier 1.
Is a throw-in for? Perhaps not a throw-in. Free kick to Cavalier. What can they make of this one? In added time. Just about the time we decide on the man of the match as well. Here's the delivery from Irving. All the way outside.
Yeah, a couple of candidates for me. To see someone, of course, watching the Sportsmax app, how could you not? Yeah, a couple of candidates for me, and I think they're both Arnett Gardens players. I know he wouldn't have helped his cause in the past 5 minutes or so, but I do think that Shea Smith has had a wonderful impact on this game since coming on in around the 28th minute. But my pick would actually be the midfield engine for Arnett Gardens, Marlon Martin, who I think has been brilliant, snuffed out a lot of. That's a poor challenge by McCleary. He's going to get a yellow card for his troubles as well. But I do think that Marlon Martin, especially after around the 20th minute or so, it's a really poor challenge.
Yeah, really is.
Has stuffed out a lot of the fires that Cavalier have tried to put forth, as well as having an impact on the attacking side of the ball as well. So I think he's my nomination for that award.
Can't argue with either of those. Perhaps for the razzle-dazzle, Shea Smith would be my pick, but can't argue against Marlon Martin, who has really had a good game.
It's a big chance now. Kelson
with the delivery.
Not good enough.
Bartlett equal to the task. Is there room for leg drama? Wizard sends it forward. Here's Shea Smith to Arboy. Arboy can't keep control of it. Arnett still in possession. Not for long. McCleary streaming forward. Has Thomas as an option. McCleary into the stands for 6. Not
the best of efforts there. Looked a tired one, and it's going to be Arnett to string together the last attack. Not with a pass like that from Shepherd.
Calling for calm, Vina Bartlett. The referee has seen enough of this one. First leg semi-final of the reign of the Jamaica Premier League. Arnett Gardens and Cavalier. Sheer honours in this one. We will have a winner, but just not tonight. Has been an interesting game of football, exciting, especially in the first half. Second half perhaps petered out a bit as the legs of Cavalier gave way, including the goalkeeper's health. Jaden White, Shea Smith had a glorious opportunity, but Vina Bartlett came up trumps. Fabian Reid had to exit the field in the second half, but Arnett Gardens perhaps weren't very much worse off for that as they continued to create options and opportunities. But it was really, all in all, a solid game of football. Two quality teams throwing everything in the kitchen sink at each other. But it still honors even as we get ready for the second match of the doubleheader here. Confirmation of the full-time score. Arnett Gardens 1, Cavalier 1. Full-time highlights, 5 o'clock kickoff. And Jamon Shepherd got things going, testing Jaden White early in the encounter. But after that, in the first half, it really was Cavalier piling on the pressure, especially through Dwayne Atkinson, queuing up Calvin, who sent it across. The header was over the top from the captain, Gadil Irving. More pressure, especially from the industry of Atkinson here. He orchestrated, but he couldn't find the finish. It was a cheeky attempt there, and incidentally, on the other end of the pitch, a goal of that quality, of that ilk, would have been scored. Eric Edwards coming big there from that delivery, playing it away. Gadil Irving with another delivery. McCleary with the flick-on header. It was saved again by Edwards. Great opportunity again for Atkinson. Eric Edwards coming out big, making himself big and blocking the opportunity there. Another one would come for Atkinson after James Thomas gave it away at a dangerous area. He flashed it wide. It just wasn't his evening. Here, Arnett Gardens hold up play from Fabian Reid. Skill and guile and perhaps slouch in the goal from Jaden White. All of the above. Here's the finish again. And he was scampering across, but he couldn't get to it. And Jaheim National Thomas sent Arnett Gardens in the lead. Just about the 40th minute, that goal. Didn't take long for Cavalier to respond. Gadil Irving, what a delivery. Chalmara Calvin, always in the goals. Whenever he plays, there is an opportunity for him, and he took that one with aplomb. Edwards beaten at his near post. Perhaps should have come forward with a great level of conviction, Eric Edwards, but take nothing from the finish. Jalmara Calvin. Second half action now. Good play here. Saved by Jaden White from the shot of Shepherd. Shea Smith had that opportunity. Saved by Vina Bartlett. The Sportsman at that moment. Glorious opportunity for Shea Smith. And that was the end of it. Honors even. Full-time stats. 4 shots on target from 11 attempts for Arnett Gardens, 4 from 12 for Cavalier. There were some 20 fouls, 12 for Arnett Gardens, 8 for Cavalier. 4 yellow cards given to Cavalier. They must be careful in the second leg. 2 offsides for Arnett, 1 for Cavalier. 5 corners for Arnett Gardens, 3 for Cavalier. And the lion's share of the possession, 56 saves even among them, 3 apiece. And it is 1-all the score at the end. We go to Leger. He has the man of the match.
Yeah, I'm here with Marlon Martin, today's man of the match. It was a really tough game for you, I can imagine. And you know, you did a lot of work in the midfield. You even took over the captain's armband. How was the game for you?
I think it was a very good game, but start over.
Yeah, no, how was the game for you? I was asking how was the game for you?
Yeah, I think it's a very good match. We think we don't start good and that kind of cause, but second leg we do your thing.
Yeah, we're live, man. You don't need to worry about that, man. Yeah, it was a really tough game. This Cavalier team, they put a lot of pressure on you. What do you think that your change should do better?
I think we have to take our chance, and Cavaliers, I know that they're very good defensively, they're very disciplined, so as we get a chance, we have to just make it count, and at that, make it go through. We have to take our chance. Yeah.
What do you think you can do better in the second leg to really get that improvement?
I think we can play much faster. I think we can play much faster. We're playing slow, and we have to do better than that if we want to reach the final. Have to play a little bit faster, quick thinking, quick transition, and just take our chance. Yeah.
Well, it was an excellent performance by you today, and you showed a lot of leadership to even take over the captain's armband. Best of luck in the second leg.
Yeah, best of luck.
Yeah, Marlon Martin there. Really tough battling performance by him. Showed a lot of effort in that middle part of the game. So tired, even forgot that we were live. Wanted to start over, but he'll have another chance to execute on the pitch next week. So too will this man's team. Coach, you don't look too pleased after that game, but it was a pretty tough game. I imagine that there are some aspects that you're pretty positive about still.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit disappointed with the way we execute for some parts of the game based on what we discussed and what we know was coming at us. I didn't think we handled some of the situations good. I didn't think we make some good decisions, you know, and for that I'm a little bit disappointed, but happy that we're heading into the next leg and we are not trailing.
And you were concerned before the game. A lot of people were saying that Cavalier would come out a bit slow. They came out as fast as Usain Bolt even starting out there. But your team adjusted and they really came into the game. And I would say for the last 60 minutes, you're the dominant force.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we took too long to adjust. You know, they came and high press us. And we spoke about things like these, you know. Way to get out of the press is either through or over. And we were trying to play through. It wasn't working and we took way too long to get over. But nevertheless, we fixed some of the things and happy to, as long as we put down the ball and settle, there are a lot of openings that created for us. I didn't think our decision making up top was the best. And I think that's where we faltered tonight.
And you made an early substitution in the game, you know, taking off Rashane Thompson, bringing on Shea Smith, who I think was pretty excellent yet again. What was your thinking behind that change?
I mean, we just weren't keeping the ball, you know, and too many turnovers from both Shepherd and Thompson. And I mean, we had to make some adjustment, you know. Tough call. It just wasn't his day today, you know. He was just not in sync today. And I mean, I didn't want it to hurt us. And I mean, I'm the type of coach, if I say I need to make adjustment, if it's minute one, I'm going to do it.
Well, that was a pretty brave call. It worked out in the end. Well, all the best in the second leg, Coach.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, Coach Xavier Gilbert there. Made those adjustments. It paid off. Got the lead. Yes, Cavalier came back into the game, but Arnett Gardens were pretty good for most of that game. Coach, there was a lot of talk before the game that, you know, Cavalier would be a bit tired coming into it. You showed a lot of energy to start out with, but eventually the legs started to fade.
Yeah, but I don't think we were tired. I mean, you could have said we were at the better of the run-up play. It's just that we never converted, so we kept on pressing, and that kind of take a toll later.
And your attack seemed pretty good to start the game. The pressing, as you mentioned, was excellent as well. Was that a weakness that you saw in Arnett Gardens from the start?
Yeah, because I know that they are not natural defenders, so we thought that they wouldn't be able to play out of the box so easily, so that's why we did that.
I know this Cavalier unit is a pretty young team, a team full of energy, but I do think that the team really came together, especially in the middle part of the game when Arnett Gardens was putting on some pressure.
Yeah, I mean, Arnett Gardens, you know, started tentatively. We had the upper hand, but they came into their own, and then they got the goal against the run-up there, and that kind of energized them. But I thought it was a pretty good game from both teams. I'm fit enough for a semi-final.
And you're still feeling pretty confident that you'll make yet another JPL final next week?
I hope so.
All right, all the best, Coach.
Thank you.
That's how we close the broadcast here at Sabina Park for the first leg of the semi-final between Arnett Gardens and Cavalier. 1-1 the score line, but at 8 o'clock later on we have Waterhouse and Mount Pleasant, and that should be a mouth-watering matchup. Donald Oliver and Dwight Jeremiah on commentary duties on that one. Arnett Gardens and Cavalier 1-all the final score. Good start for Cavalier. Arnett Gardens, they grew into it, and it was really fitting for a semi-final. All to play for come next Sunday in the second leg. Stay tuned. More JPL action coming your way on the Home of Champions.